How was the workout, man?
I'm going to attempt to try a new flavor here, but I have to untwist this cap first.
Well,
I failed.
Let's talk about what we just did. So, we just got in here from a workout. And most of the time we do a podcast or something beforehand. Yeah. But this time we're just kind of coming off the tail end of a workout. Yeah. And yeah, you look pretty spent, brother. We didn't do legs or back, but I'm here with Jared Feather, and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
one year to date since we did our last one. So.
Yeah. It's been a minute. And then we had a couple of training sessions since then.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. And we just got done doing what body part?
Arms.
And I trained, which is great because I was doing my transformation challenge, getting consistent, which will be week 6. For those of you that are in it, then congratulations. Week 6 is starting. What was great was the fact that I was also doing it. Yeah, and it got me to be able to create accountability.
100%.
And normally I have so much stress during the Olympia that I don't have the ability to do that. Yeah. And but I did get sick on week 2 when I went to the YoungLA event and had a bunch of kids that came, and they ended up getting me sick when we went to Miami. And then I don't know, what was that, Jacob? Like about a month ago, right? Yeah, a month ago.
Yeah, that event looked cool.
Yeah. It was a very good event. We had Jay, we had the Trend Twins, we had the whole posse. But I just remember like 2 days later, I was just like, oh man, in the chest, in the head, a little achy, and I'm like,
the nature of the beast, man.
That's
all
right.
That travel, especially when you started dieting, you were doing a transformation challenge.
Yep.
The second you went hypocaloric, you were like, immune system shot.
Yep.
I'm going to catch whatever these kids have.
And you know what's funny is now that I think about it, every time I try to go back, again, for those of you that don't know, yes, I'm 50 now. Last show I did was 25 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was 25 in my last show, just 24 actually, just about to turn 25. My last show, and then I tore my ACL, and then I just went 100% into coaching. But one thing that I realized from then till now is that every time I try to go back on track, and we talked about this in the workout, so you guys are going to want to watch the workout because we discussed a lot of things besides just arms torturing Jared's arms.
A lot of me breathing heavy and leaning over machines.
Doing bicep and tricep. The thing that comes to mind is the fact that I would always get sick after a big leg day. And starting back up, because it taxes your system so much that whatever was in the air, whatever was on the machines, any kind of viruses, any cold viruses, flu viruses, I would always catch after legs. And it was like always, and not just, I'm not saying because of my inconsistency, right? Because I'm inconsistent, and then I'd go back and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to train super hard.
The importance of easing in.
That's right. That's right. Because when you tax your system, that's what ends up happening. You end up taxing it to the point where your body, you either could possibly get hurt, especially the older you get. So that's why it's really important you do 70, 80, and then eventually building up to 90%, and never really going to 100. And we can talk a little bit about that. But literally, we're actually, let me do this shake because you're killing my anabolic window, bro. Here we go. Okay, so I got Cookie Crisp, and you have this flavor that
a new flavor.
Yes, a brand new flavor, the new Dubai chocolate. That's right. The new, if you ever seen a Dubai chocolate bar, it's a Dubai chocolate bar, which is chocolate with pistachio filling. Yeah. That's what you're emulating. And he threw some unflavored glycogen for carbs in there. And I'm having Cookie Crisp.
Oh, I can't even shake this. Gotta shake it below the table.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
We got Cookie Crisp, and then you got Dubai chocolate. So maybe by the time you guys are listening to this, it will be online. Actually, it will be probably. But
I'm imagining this in a Ninja Creamy already.
You are a Ninja Creamy maniac.
I love him, man.
Maniac. This guy.
I love ice cream, and it's just like, it's such a nice hack.
Do you have the old one, or is there? I heard there's a new one. I haven't tried it.
The new one is the soft serve.
Is that good?
You can do like the soft serve.
Yeah, but which one's better? I have the old one. I haven't seen
the old one. The new one you can do the old stuff on too.
Which one do you use?
I have the old one. Okay. Yeah, the soft serve's fine, but like you can make it what's it called? Sorbet, or you can do frozen yogurt setting on the old one anyway. So it's like soft serve basically.
Similar?
It's very similar.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Here we go. Dude, that's good. It tastes just like it.
Bring the mic a little closer to you because I'm
Dude,
worried about.
It tastes just like it. That's really good.
You've had a Dubai chocolate bar, right?
Mm-hmm. I actually, when I was in the Philippines,
Okay.
that guy was in Dubai one of those weekends, and I was like, dude, my sister really loves that Dubai chocolate. Can you get her like a couple bars? So he brought them back. Oh my god,
They're amazing.
I just tried it because I was basically in prep the whole time.
So we were in Switzerland, and me, Cam, and Nas, we went to the Lindt chocolate factory, and we took a course on how to build Dubai chocolate bars.
Way.
So we have these kitchens, and they have like a standalone stand, and there's probably about 10, 12 of them, and couples or family members can get together, and they give you the full like chef outfit, and then they give you the chocolate, and then they give you the little trays on how to make them, and then they do a course, and we were there for like a 2-hour course, and then you get to take home your chocolate that you make.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And then when I got home, I saw that even 7-Eleven now has them for $20
That's crazy.
for one bar of chocolate.
It's really. I was expecting like a pistachio aftertaste, but the pistachio is like right away.
Yeah.
So it's exactly like it.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I got it. I think I got it.
I don't know. I don't think I've tried a flavor yet that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't like coffee, so I don't do the mocha one in it. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not terrible.
No, it's good. It's just that you got to be a coffee drinker. Like you're talking about the cold brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, we just had just enough that I gave you some of the pilot run, and
I'm
then
honored.
next week it'll be here. So, like I said, if you guys are into Dubai chocolate, you definitely go to evanutrition.com and check it out. I've been working on this Dubai chocolate project for the last 3 or 4 months, and cannot wait to drop. So it's going to be dropping right before the Olympia here. So, but yeah, talk to me, man. How was the workout?
I can't even tighten this lid. I can't even tighten this lid right now. I'm like shaking trying to drink it. I'm like, no, it was great. I think we dropped a lot of gyms in that workout. It's cool too because we worked out together. Usually you're seeing Hany put somebody through a session.
Yep.
And we'll probably talk about a lot of this on the podcast. But my background, we've done this before.
Yep.
And usually it's me putting people through stuff or you putting people through stuff. So for 2 people to join together, like he tried a movement that I like and I'm doing something
that's
that
why
he
I
likes.
wanted. Yeah.
It's cool, man. So I think people are going to get a lot out of that session.
Yeah. See, guys, you haven't. Most of you, there's only probably a handful who've seen me actually train seriously, like in the last, and that was probably over 25 years ago when I was competing.
Yeah.
Again, for those of you that don't know, I was a natural bodybuilder. I competed in the NPC Ironman. That was my go-to show in Culver City. But there's so much that I just, again, didn't know. I trained my ass off doing 2 hours of cardio, 100% lifetime drug free, and then 150 pounds on stage, and trained under 8. I really was scared to eat because trying to get lean. Calories were very, very low, like too low, obviously. And I think the last show I did, I was 24 years old, and I'm 50 now. So it was one of those things where now that I'm trying to reset in my priorities, I'm like, it's Sunday. Let's train.
Yeah.
Let me get some stuff in.
Yeah.
And again, I wasn't expecting to be able to do the whole workout with you, but I pretty much did almost the whole workout with you.
Yeah. You just need to flex sets.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I say, it's funny because even when it comes to taking supplements, I always think of it as an honor to be able to have the ability to do that. Like, you can't, because there was a time where you couldn't afford it, right? You couldn't afford all the best stuff, right? And now, even though I obviously have access to whatever I need, whether we make it or I eventually make it and I can bring the raws in, I always think to myself, don't waste it if you're not going to be 100% really focused and serious about utilizing it.
Yeah, doing like all 100% supplementation and then your diet is trash. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You're not getting the micronutrients from your food. You're not eating like your vegetables with your meals. You're not tracking your protein. But then you're like, well, I got to do EVPAQ and I got to do this and I got to get the hydration. It's like you're not even eating properly.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. Well, you're getting back into it, and like you said, you'll start adding in some flex sets like later on.
Yeah.
That's
as we come
That's
in.
the name of the game, man. Like easing into it. That was, theme of the workout.
Right, because you can't just go in because you being a professional bodybuilder and most of the people I'm coaching are professionals.
Mediocre.
No, he just
I'll caveat it before they do.
Yeah, no, you're still growing, but I think that when you look at it, most of the people I coach or I train even just for a session are advanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very seldom, like the David Butlers where he was had never done a show before, teenager, lifetime drug free.
Yeah.
Doing that, or when I had the Trend twins and we did a workout together in Miami, and then we did another one here.
We probably overlapped a lot, collaboration wise.
Yeah,
like Trend twins and all these guys. Tristan probably came down.
I haven't
did he
trained.
end up coming down yet?
No.
Okay.
No, we're waiting for Tristan. Yeah. Is he still shredded all the time?
God, yeah, it's insane. Kid's insane, man. We did that one mass up to like 179, and he came down.
How tall is he?
Maybe 5'6", 5'5".
Okay.
He's probably your height.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does he have to struggle? Does Tristan have to struggle to be that shredded, or is he just naturally really naturally? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, right now you can go ahead for just $1. You too can have full access to not only my programs but to my exclusive podcasts. So again, for just $1, use code HANYYT. It'll give you full access to my FST7 app for the first month for just $1.
He's got some kind of condition, man. I massed him to 179. He hardly put on any fat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. He got to probably a good 8 to 10, which is probably the fattest he's been.
Okay.
And then he dieted down to like 160, and he was glute striations. And I feel like he's kind of maintained that since then. Yeah.
Nice. Is he competing at all or no?
I actually respect the absolute hell out of that guy because we started the prep, the 179 mass cutting down with intention of like, let's just get you a natural pro card. Shut everybody up. We'll get your blabs drawn. And he's so in love with the process, and that's what we preach all the time, that we got glute striation lean. I peaked him and everything, and I was like, do you want to do a show? Like, this is what it looks like. And he's like, you know what? Like, I don't need to do that to prove it to anybody. I don't have anything to prove myself. I don't feel like competing. It's not something I want to do right now. And I just respect the hell out of that. Like, I think it was a very smart decision.
So did he get his pro card?
He didn't compete.
Oh, he just decided.
He just didn't want to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he just
wants. I mean,
it's not for me, man.
You got to give him respect for staying his lane,
exactly,
and understanding it, and not trying to go and force it, because so many people do.
And that's it. And that's why I was like, respect, because if you either mentally you hop on stage and you get second place, and then you're gonna have shit talkers. Tristan always has them anyway.
Yeah.
Mentally, if that's gonna put you in a negative space, or if you just legit, it's just for the fact that you don't want to get on stage because like you don't feel like you need that in your life,
right?
For it to bring you any meaning. Like for me, it's like this spirit journey thing where like I want to do the best I can. I want to eventually be on the Olympia stage. Yeah, I'm an athlete at heart, and that replaces like football or whatever I was doing in the past. For Tristan, it's like he's so in love with that process. He just didn't need it. He was like, I'm good. I don't need to compete. I don't got shit to prove to anybody.
So has he never competed before?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
Never done a bodybuilding show.
I have a feeling at some point he will.
I agree.
But
because that was the intention.
Right.
Like, we had already discussed it and everything. And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, let's see how I feel at the end. And he's like, man, at this point in time, I'm good. And I was like, yeah, man, in the future, do it. If you don't want to now, don't do it. There's no point.
Yeah, we got to get him out here.
Yeah.
You got to get him out here. And then...
yeah, with what you were talking about, like I feel like we have a lot of overlap with people we've collaborated with and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And like what we were talking about earlier was that normally, even last time I put you through a workout, but this time I'm like, no, let's train together. And that way I can get my workout in as well, Sunday afternoon, and you flew in for a couple of days.
Off 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Canelo fight was last night, so shout out to everybody who went out there. I know Evage Nick was there, and had a great time. It was a good fight.
It was awesome, man. It was super cool to see in person. Like, Allegiant Stadium.
I heard the energy was just next level.
74,480 attendees is what they said.
So let's just call it 75,000.
Yeah, it was a new record.
That's insane. Insane. 75,000. I saw the videos of the VIP areas. Insane. The energy, again, Nick texted me, said the energy was crazy. You told me so many things that how amazing yesterday was, last night. And the pre-fights were good. And then, the Canelo fight, like, again, I would have liked to see a little bit more of that Canelo, like, just be a little closer. But Crawford's amazing. Dude, he's so fast. He is so fast, and he's a little older than him. I think he's going to turn 38. And dude, the way he was, the jab and the way he was snapping those punches was insane.
It more. Like, he legitimately, by round 10, fought off more fatigue than Canelo did. Yeah. Canelo didn't dig into himself like he should have. Crawford was like, I'm not losing. Yeah. He was, dude, you could see him. Like, like you could see it up close. The sweat, the lack of vascularity, how flat his muscles were. Yeah. Like him, like kind of like he'd do this for a second and be like, fuck. You could see him like kind of talking to himself, like, keep him up. And dude, it was amazing to see that like warrior spirit, because it's like, that's a true battle. Yeah. And we get on a fucking stage in bikini and they're out there punching each other in the face.
In a bikini.
So like, it was true warrior shit, and it was cool as hell to see. Right. Because Canelo, had he noticed those little things, could have won that fight in the last 2 rounds. But Crawford fought every ounce of fatigue and just took it.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was like round 4 or 5. Canelo had a good round, and then Crawford came right back and didn't let him take that momentum.
Well, Canelo had ring control the whole time, and then Crawford had better significant strikes. And then after the headbutt, I think Canelo, he might have been docked, and from there it was just Crawford.
Yeah, I think they gave him a warning because it was unintentional. It was a warning because, again, what happened was, if you watch the fight, you had Crawford go back and forth from southpaw to like a regular orthodox stance. And then so he kept going back and forth. And then when that happens, you tend to sometimes butt heads because you're, obviously it's angles, and Canelo's cutting him off, trying to cut off and make the ring smaller. So it was a great fight, man. It was a really good fight. And you know what's great about it is the fact that Canelo is so classy after he won. And I just haven't seen that in a long time. I've just seen a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that are just like want to poo-poo everything because they didn't win. And again, having a legend do that is a true mark of sportsmanship. And I really applaud him for that. Oh, yeah. Because when guys get that big, it's really hard for them to swallow their pride and be able to do anything when it comes to being able to acknowledge the other person.
Yeah, especially when it comes to a sport like that.
Yeah.
You go into the match hating each other.
Straight gladiator. It's straight gladiator style.
I want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
And you could see
it's the closest thing, right? Between that and MMA, those are the closest things you get to the old school gladiator style.
It was cool, man. It was electric. Seriously, a great time.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with you, what's going on with your clients too, because right now you got Nick Walker just under 4 weeks out. So, you're helping him with the workouts. How has that been going?
So me and Kyle ended up starting off doing Nick's training and dieting and stuff together. I put Kyle through workouts for about a week and a half with Nick. And then from there, Nick was like, hey, let's
because he was competing too, right? Or is he competing?
Yep. And then they consolidated. So Kyle is doing everything now. Okay. And he's working off templates that we've given him. So Nick's doing the same stuff, same control, same like volume accumulations, and he's just over there in Jersey and they're doing their thing. So Kyle's with him. It's amazing, and they're just fucking trucking on, man. It's really cool. And Josema, I'm not even gonna lie, I think he's dark horse. The way his quads have come up, like over the last, since I started working with him, I think it was right before Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Leading into Pittsburgh, and then he took a period where he grew for a little bit with his coach. And the cool thing is, like, his coach gets him ready 4 weeks out, and then they feed into the show.
Gotcha. Who's he work with?
What's his name? It's the guy in Spain.
Okay.
He's with him every day.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's cool because they keep me updated with all the other stuff.
Okay.
Like, the supplementation and the diet. And he messaged me, this is exactly what I'm doing. And then I know with that, things that are a little more compromising for joints and tendons, and I can change variations. I can add in intensity techniques to make sure he's safe. The thing we talked about in the training with the leg extensions versus the leg press. And it's a really cool circumstance because I haven't worked with somebody who gets people ready first and then feeds them up. Because now you're feeding him up, and I can actually add in kind of more heavier compound stuff.
Gotcha.
And his muscles are going to be a little fuller on stage. It's really cool because he's 4 weeks out now, and he looks bigger than he did at 6 weeks out, right? Because he was shredded to the freaking bone already.
Gotcha.
I'll show you his updates after this. Yeah. It's insane. He is going to be 4 kilograms heavier than Pittsburgh, but leaner.
That's crazy. So that's over 8 pounds. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. So for those of you guys, make sure you bounce over and watch the workout. But what Jared was talking about was that we were talking about the fact that pre-exhausting, I'm a huge proponent of pre-exhaust because it gives you the ability to hit a muscle without the feeling of tearing anything major, because some of these guys are so strong that you have to be careful that you're not going to put them in a compromised situation when they can squat 600 pounds, 700 pounds. So what we do is...
And they're dry as hell going into a competition 3 weeks out.
Yeah. I mean, Hany will still do it, but then we'll just compromise. It's like, compromising situation, literally saying, okay, we won't do a straight set with 6 plates. We'll do a strip set with 6 plates. So that way he feels good about still carrying some weight. Right. But again, pre-exhausting, even that's still with pre-exhausting. So when you pre-exhaust, you really cut down the likelihood of getting hurt because you're trying to be able to target that muscle group. So for instance, leg extension, right? When we're doing leg extension before going into a leg press or any kind of squat, you're not going to be able to squat as much. Well, the nice thing about that is you still get a lot of benefit from it, but you end up taking away a lot of risk. So the risk reward tends to inverse when you turn around and start to go straight into a heavy compound. Mm-hmm. So we talked about that while we were training. So again, it's really important so that not everyone is built to train at a crazy heavy, not only amount, but level. People want to turn around. I remember this was huge when Ronnie was winning. Everybody wanted to do what Ronnie did to try to get Ronnie's result, but nobody had the structure, or not a lot of people. Johnny Jackson was the guy that did, again, which is happens.
Powerlifter?
Yeah, powerlifter, exactly. And Branch, again, powerlifter. And then you turn around, whether you're a powerlifter or a power builder, it's the same type of thing where you're used to being able to do very, very heavy weights. When I started training Phil, we tried to increase his strength, but then I had to remember he doesn't have the football physique. He's not a big guy naturally.
Small joints.
He's small joints, right? And so when you look at him, he's just very, very 3D, very bubbly. So let's accentuate that. So then we started to really lean into volume with weight instead of just crazy weight. And then that's how I, created FST7, was to try to create the intensity without me having to be there, by keeping a little bit more of the shorter rest periods and then being able to really focus on different exercises that really stimulated a lot of the fibers that would create more glycogen-rich fibers.
Yeah, he just pushed tons of metabolites into tissue with those FST7 sets.
Yeah, and it was
just
so
keep the pump there.
And again, we tried to get strong, but when he was like, okay, well, all of a sudden, if he's tweaking his chest or he got twinges in his quads when his back just didn't allow his biomechanics to be able to squat super heavy. So then it was like, okay, we got to work around it. Let's do leg press. Let's do hacks. Let's do things of that nature. Yep. So it was one of those things. And the great thing about it is that he didn't need to work out with anybody. Right. Where some people really need it because they show up. Yeah. He was really good at being able to really kind of go in and get that focus by himself. He eventually had to start training late at night because everybody was bothering him so much in the gym, and there wasn't the private gym type of thing like we have now. Yeah. So training at Armbrust and having people video you and take photos of you ends up being a pain in the ass all the time. So it's like now all of a sudden I got to go after it's closed to go train, right? Yep. And he would be able to do that and go in. And I remember Cherie would, it would just be them and, go in there and just do what she actually helped them a lot too. And do what they had to do to stay away from everybody to stay focused. And now with you traveling around and everything else, you've been traveling a lot, but you're still an IFBB pro, okay? You compete in Classic. You're trying to make the Olympia stage. And we talked about the fact that the difficulties of how hard it is when you have so much knowledge to be able to segment it and apply it to yourself. And everybody who's watching or listening to this, you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because when you are a wealth of knowledge, you're trying to apply so many different things because you have so much knowledge, but you have to simplify.
100%.
Right?
100%.
So talk to me about that. How are you going about doing that now after this year? Because I know that you talked a little bit about it on the phone with me the other day.
Yeah. I think that when you coach, especially, and I mean, to be honest, coaching is a fraction, like less than a fraction of what I do. And most of it's travel-based, collab-based for the YouTube, whether going and networking for the apps and things
Right.
like, just all this different shit
Sure.
for RP.
Yeah.
And no matter how much knowledge you have, when you're doing all this stuff and you're coaching people and you're trying to apply it to yourself, especially when it comes to the dieting and the supplement aspect, you hear something new every day.
Right.
And you're like, okay, let me look into that. Let me look into that. Oh, that could be a good idea. This could be a good
Right.
idea. So unless you're really good at being objective and having like a solid plan, and even then, because I've coached myself my whole career. I turned pro coaching myself. Like I won nationals and I continued to do really well. I got 5th in my pro debut.
Was that last year? Pro debut? Was that
No,
last
that
year?
was 2021.
Oh, 21.
Dallas
Gotcha.
Europa.
Gotcha.
And, like I can do it, but I'm probably never going to bring 100% to stage doing it myself. And you just kind of, as a coach, got to be laissez-faire with your own stuff.
Yep.
No matter how good you are.
Yep.
You can be the best coach in the world and end up, at 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th in shows. Yep. And having somebody else at least on a really closely like consultation relationship
To review.
is a great idea. And I think not just with consultation, but like having somebody you trust in your corner to just say, we're going to do this consultation thing, but you have the last word.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to debate the hell out of you probably, but you have the last word. And if you tell me to shut up and just do this, like you have to be a person who can swallow their pride and their ego and just do the damn thing.
Right.
Like no matter how much I say, like, well, it doesn't seem like it will work that way on paper. You can be like, anecdotally, man, I've done this with 50 people. Trust me, it works. And I got to be like, you know what? You're right. I don't have as much anecdotal experience. You're somebody who has much more. So it's like, you just have to find that person, whoever that is. And
It's hard to trust.
it really is. Yeah.
Because especially the more you know, right?
Yeah.
Like who do doctors trust,
Exactly.
right? So it's like
Exactly.
you're like, oh, I already know everything,
Yeah.
right? So that's the hardest thing. Like we talked about it with Mike.
I was going to say the same thing as we talked about with Mike. Even though Mike trusts me, he still at the end of preps would be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right, man. Well, I tried.
Right.
And it is, 'cause, he's a doctor. He's exercise physiology, sports science.
Right.
And
But that doesn't equate to bodybuilding.
100%.
And that's the number
100%.
one thing. So Mike, when you're listening to this, because I know you're going to listen to this, is that doesn't equate to bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, you have to utilize a simple methodology, right? I always call it like the KISS method, right? Keep it stupid simple.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, you turn around and be able to execute without having to overcomplicate, right? Because there isn't that much, it's not that complicated.
Yeah.
But when you make it complicated, what you're doing is you're second guessing things to the point where
you stress the hell out of yourself.
you stress the hell out of yourself. I mean, again, I'm not going to name names, but I had certain clients.
Yeah.
Okay. His initials are Fuad Abiad. That would literally drive me crazy, right? I love you, Fuad, but you drove me crazy because he wouldn't allow sometimes for the changes to take place before he wanted to change them again. Because he just wanted to, okay, now if we made this change with this food and it was so good, what if we had this? And you're like, dude, keep it moving and then let's just let the body do what it does, right?
Yeah, because you make one change and you think that 3 other implements could potentially like stack up and make that change even better.
That's right.
Instead of just making one change at a time.
That's right.
But that's where somebody coming into your corner and be like, do this first. Let's do this for a while.
Yeah. And that's what Contest Prep 101 is, right? Ronnie would just take the game plan, Phil would take the game plan and execute. And when you have people, and that's why when you are a coach out there and you want to understand whether or not someone's going to be able to get to their full potential with you as their coach, number one is trust. The second thing is making sure that they can execute. And the way that I would go about, just like bringing on somebody at Evogen, and when I'm doing a interview, I turn around and be able to see, do they have the tools to listen
100%.
and to be coached, right? Are they coachable? Have they played team sports? Have they been coached in the past? If they haven't, and they start off with a lot of the I know, then I would always just be like, look, I don't think this is going to work. And I would always work in the off season with somebody to be able to see how well that they would do. I did the same thing with Jeremy Buendia when I was working with him. The first show we ever did together, I said, it's not going to be the Olympia. I got to see how you do. And we did the San Jose, and then he was able to really follow directions properly and had a great outcome. He ended up winning and looking really good. And then right after that, we won his first Olympia like 4 months later.
And I think people listening to this, you're just extracting small points. This might sound like just shut up and do what I say, but that's not what me and Hany are saying.
No.
As a coach, you should be able to explain why you're putting an implement in. And beyond that, if the client is still questioning, like if it was flawed or whatever, and he wanted to do other things, you have to be able to explain why, like, hey, man, one thing at a time. You got to trust me. I understand where you're coming from and why you think that makes sense. Maybe we'll try it in the future. You just got to be able to like talk them out of it and not just because I've seen coach response where it's like, just fucking do what I say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
don't do that.
No.
Like, that's not what we're saying at all.
No, because you know what that does? Let me tell you what that does. Number one, it shows you have a huge ego.
100%.
And number two, it shows that you don't respect the relationship enough to build trust.
Bingo.
So
Bingo.
you do not want to do that. Okay. You need to do it. And again, I've got a pretty good resume, but I still don't do it. You know, now have I gotten frustrated in the past and I'm just like, just get up in the morning. I told you get up in the morning at 7 a.m. and do your cardio. Yes, there's been times. So I'm not going to turn around and say I'm an angel, but at the end of the day, sometimes I don't want to have to over explain things 100%. And spend 2 hours doing it. And again, not to take anything away from Fuad, he was a great athlete, but he would sometimes not let it marinate enough. And then he wanted to go back and respice the sauce that you're trying to make the perfect meat sauce for your pasta. And then he's like, wow, this is so good. Let's add some more oregano to it. And I'm like, brother, let's let it marinate. And I swear to God, I think it was, we started adding some carbs and we did some cool stuff. And he came back and he's like, bro, I feel so good. Let's just add more. And I'm like, let's just let it settle. Let's let it marinate. And then he'd be like, let's go. And he's just, I think he just sometimes just was anxious. Right. And that's the other thing you got to manage. Anxiety, right? You're constantly anxiety management because when people, their hormones or stimulants or lack of sleep, pressure, they're creating even more anxiety than social media. So you have to be an expert at anxiety mitigation. For sure. And that's hard to do.
Especially when you're taking supplements into consideration because people who are anxious get more anxious.
That's right.
And then you're taking, you're adding in fat loss agents and caffeine and all these things increase anxiety too. Yeah. So then you're like, listen, you from this week to this week have had 5 freakouts. Let's come off the caffeine. Let's take Clint out for a good 3 weeks, and let's see how your brain's working. It's like even that kind of stuff really is.
So Mike didn't work well with Clint?
My man, he didn't work well with anything.
Oh, yes.
It'll be like this time.
That's funny.
It'll be this much.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly it. Yeah. So you have to try to mitigate that. So when people tell you like, oh man, what makes you such a great trainer? It's a holistic method of not just the information that you have, but how to apply it and making sure that they're able to actually execute.
And that's the thing, man, like, because everybody, I don't know if you guys follow me and Mike and stuff, but you'll see us talk about AI and shit all the time. Coaches will be a career that's around. AI is not taking coaching. You have to be a fucking person who can talk to a person and get to their level and seriously understand what the hell they're going through. And that is why it's, and word of mouth is always going to be the biggest thing too. Right. If you're a good coach and you can be personable and you can really talk to your clients and take them out of these really shitty headspaces, you're going to exceed in this realm, like by far.
But you got to be really good at it.
Yeah, you can't be able to just do what I fucking say, coach. That's how you lose everybody.
Yeah. If you do that, it's not going to work because you're not going to be able to build that trust, and you're not going to be able to build rapport and the relationship, and that's it. And it's really hard to do. And then the other problem is the bigger you get, the more people you have, it's harder to do. And that's why I always kept it very, very lean and small in terms of my group. Yeah. But a lot of these coaches will get a lot of competitors. And
it's insane, man. Like coaches who claim they take on 100 clients at a time, I'm like, you're not giving them your all. That's how many hours, like per client, you're spending time on that person.
Honestly, what happens at that point, and I'll tell you guys this, because again, I was always a quality over quantity person. All right, I do it with Evogen, I do it with everything that I do with the FSD7, coaching, anything is quality over quantity. The thing that you're going to run into is you're going to have some coaches out there that have so many people that the highlight reel only becomes their top guys. Yep. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like, okay, I've got 3 people and they all got to win in each division, right? It's about, I got 30 people in the show and I'm going to highlight my top 3 that look their best.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. So that tends to happen when some of these men or women coaches that have a lot of people in divisions happen. That's what happens because you can't turn around and be able to give that type of attention that they need, number one. But number two, then it just becomes a kind of a marketing.
That's it. Yeah.
It becomes a marketing thing. So
I love when coaches post like, I'll see it with like, do you know like some of these bodybuilding podcasts out there now, like Andrew Barry and all them have one.
I don't know them.
It's like The Real Bodybuilding, I think, is theirs.
Okay.
I don't know, but they'll post like on their story, second novice overall, proud of this guy, post the before and after.
Gotcha.
But then they're also coaching like IFBB Pro in the Olympia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the kind of shit that I look for.
Okay.
You're posting all your wins, all your losses, like your best clients, your worst clients. You're really putting time into them. That's how you know you're a good coach. Yeah. Well,
and that's why people always go, oh, well, you only work, Hany, with you cherry pick. Of course I do. I don't have that much time.
Right.
So if
You're
have
at the
time,
level where you get to cherry pick.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And then you got to remember, they're also coming to me.
Exactly.
Right. So when they're coming to me, that's the first step. I don't go out of my way to go pick them.
Exactly.
They're coming to me. But also, when I turned around and I moved here again, I've told the story several times about like the David Butlers, right? I met him at the gym. Next thing you know, he works the front desk. He's 18 years old. He's never competed before, but he's got a decent physique. Let me see if he takes direction. Yeah, he does. He's one of our Evagen athletes. Let me go ahead and help him out a little bit with some workouts. The next thing you know, I want to do a show. Would you help me? Sure. All natural. Let's do this. Next thing you know, he's got strided glutes, and he does Dave Lieberman's show, which it's a piss test. It's not just a polygraph. And and then he ends up winning all the divisions that he did.
Crazy.
And very proud of him, and being able to go back to being able to work with somebody who's a teenager, natural, and resetting, right? Just kind of getting back to your roots.
Yeah, exactly. You're going right back to your roots.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm here. Let me go back to doing things because I don't want to forget what it's like to work with somebody that's new. Or
100%.
now it's bringing on some newer Evagen athletes and just being able to do a workout with the Trend Twins and being able to do some stuff with them. Just again, these guys are, they're the epitome of meathead.
Oh, yeah.
And, but they're good guys.
100%.
They're good guys. I mean, you've worked with them too. I mean, these guys are just all super good guys. And being able to work out with those guys. And another one that's a super passionate guy is like Urs, right? Super
So we
passionate.
did a workout with him at the Arnold, which again, God, to the glute thing, man.
Yeah.
Like pulled his shorts up, 280.
Yeah.
They were already strided.
Yeah.
He was peak off season.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
He would lose like 20, 30 pounds just to be able to make weight.
I know.
And that's why eventually he said, I'm going to go ahead and do open.
That's why he just won today. He just won.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And so that's his second win.
Yeah.
And that is awesome.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And he looked better today. He was
Did he?
sharp. He was sharp.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to see him in the Olympia in a couple weeks.
Most likely. I would hope so.
No, he's
Unless
100%.
Stefan's like pulls a U with Phil, you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Because clearly
I think
needs
he's much more. I think he's much more kind of down the road. Again, unless his body's tired, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he hasn't competed this year, right? I think it was just these shows.
Those two. Yeah, those two shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't know if like Stefan was like, well, we want to make a splash top 5. He'll be top 10 this year. He won't be top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he'd put him in there now or wait. But
it's hard to say. Yeah. I think
I could just ask him.
Yeah. Either way, I think it's one of those things. But I think he's going to end up doing it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Likely.
Just because
2 pro wins, you beat some decent guys.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Take some momentum, go in there, and maybe catch some people that might be slipping.
100%.
I mean, he still needs to work on his chest and his back, but at the end of the day, he still looked really, really good.
Amazing.
And he is winning shows in the open division, so why not take the momentum?
It's insane. People kept saying his arms are his weak point. And I'm like, guys, have you seen him 4 weeks out? Because his arms aren't small.
Right.
They're small whenever he depletes.
Yeah.
For the show.
Exactly. And even his legs get depleted, they look smaller.
Yeah.
Right?
So
but there's so much, everything is so much bigger when you don't have a weight cap.
Have you seen Quentin in person?
No, not in
He's
person.
insanely huge. It's obnoxious. And Urz's arms next to Quentin's today, like same size.
Yeah. Actually, no, I take that back. I think he did the show. He did Texas Pro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's big, man.
Yeah.
He's like 6'1".
Yeah.
His calves
Big,
are like
big.
2 times the size of mine, and mine are obnoxious.
Right.
It's crazy, man. He's a big boy. And Urz did not look small next to him at all.
Well, like I said, two wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter who
That's
he's
pretty
competing
cool.
against.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, but I'm sure he wants to go in there and mix it up. The other option would be whether or not he would just take some time and then maybe go to the Arnold. That's another option.
Yeah.
Right. Is
Smart.
to shut it down and say, okay, let me shut it down and come to the Arnold.
Get that 750K.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, $1 million.
Is it $1 million?
Well,
now?
it's 750, and then the other show is 250 2 weeks
wow.
later.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah. You gonna go to the Open?
You know, I couldn't handle that.
Yeah. That drive you nuts?
I couldn't live with that body weight, man. Doing what I do, absolutely not. That's why I capped it at Classic. I tried for an open push like 2 years ago. Went up in supplements and everything, and I was like, I can't communicate with people properly.
Right.
I can feel the neurotoxicity.
You just
I'm
felt
groggy.
Yeah.
Like breathing heavy all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take care of my family. I'm good.
Yeah. 100. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You got to stick to what you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. And don't be. Yeah.
And I have pounds to put on for the Classic cap since it's 219. And I mean, my low end was, like I said, 212.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you've already
I got
put on,
pounds.
since a year ago when we trained together here, you put on a good 8 to 10 pounds of tissue.
Yeah.
And I saw it today, you know, when we did arms, just the fullness through the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the back is better. Yeah. You know, that was a big weak point before, which you've caught up on quite a bit. Legs as well.
I hammered the arms and back, man. After we trained last year, I was like, I'm emphasizing this. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, that's been fantastic. But looking into it now, let's talk a little bit about the Olympia coming up.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about, because we're going to be 3 weeks this weekend coming up next. You know, we just hit the 4-week mark 2 days ago. How do you feel about the top 5? What do you think?
Open, yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about let's talk about Classic first, because we'll talk about your division and then we'll go back to Open.
Yeah, I think man, if they don't give it to Terrence, I'll be surprised. They just really like him, I think. He's a great ambassador for the sport. Mike too as well, obviously. Mike is going to be very hard to beat with how he's looking. He's out in Vegas right now.
Yep.
We're going to catch up and do a couple sessions together before the Olympia.
Nice.
And I mean, him and Neil are just nailing it. They're freaking nailing it. Between Mike and Terrence, it'll be a good toss-up. But I think Jose is the dark horse. I really do. Like, I don't. His improvements are crazy, man.
Yeah, he's grown a lot.
And he's so receptive to feedback that he's even asked me about like posing. And I was like, if you just point your toe out a little bit on your left leg, you will have so much more quad sweep. And he did it. And he's like, oh, shit.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. And it looks night and day.
Nice.
So I think if he takes those things to the Olympia, because to be honest, I thought he beat Terrence. It's his conditioning. It's hard to look away from.
Right.
It's like the hottie shit.
Yeah.
You can't look away from it.
Right.
It's so just granite. He's like, what's the guy that passed away? The crazy lean guy. He's like 2.0 of that guy.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Mike something or maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was an Italian guy, I think. Yeah, just crazy shredded. He was like the leanest guy of all time.
Oh, the younger kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But this guy.
Yeah.
He was insane, man.
Yeah.
Him and then Mike and Terrence and
What about Ramon? You haven't mentioned Ramon.
I don't see Ramon beating these guys, man. I don't. He just did some posing with Steve, I know, and Steve was like, look, man, you're doing stuff that is just making you look worse. So hopefully he takes that into consideration. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because he was like doing this.
Yeah, he was doing like a
cut that shit
crucifix.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing like a crucifix.
Steve
pose.
literally was like, cut it out. If he can get his posing down this year, maybe. But I think Ramon's one of those guys that needs to push to the Open.
Yeah.
I really do, man. He's like an Urs.
Yeah.
He loses so much size coming down. And you see him in the off season, it's like, what am I looking at? So, and then who do you have in 5th?
Oof. I mean, again, now that Urs isn't
Crazy
in
guys,
there,
man.
you know, now that Urs moved up to the Open, and that top 5, I think it can go so many different ways. You have some guys that are just really on the cusp. I think Matt Grego is a guy that's on the cusp. You know, I think he's right up there. I think that, like you said, Terrence looks really, really good. I think that it's going to be interesting. Mike obviously is phenomenal. Ramon's going to be up there. Like you said, it's just a matter of how his structure
If he
is
peaks
gonna
like
flow.
last year, it's 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I mean, obviously he's not going to shoot for that.
Yeah.
He's going to try to shoot to peak at his
100%.
best, right?
Yeah.
But I do think that this year will dictate whether or not he's going to stay in Classic or go to Open.
I agree.
I think this year is going to be it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he nails it, I think he'll stay. If he doesn't, and it's just his body gets too depleted, he's going to have to move up.
I have like this toss of my head with like Logan.
Oh, that's right. Logan was another one
You
that
know
I was
what I
thinking
mean?
about.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I could see him in 5th.
Yeah,
I think
he can be. I think he can be up there in the top 5. I just, and he's been focusing on his quad sweep because that's where he was lacking the most. Because his upper body looks really good. I just think his quad sweep, and then now that he's getting his conditioning dialed in, I think it looks really, really good.
He's another guy that from the back, it's like you see the hamstrings, and it's hard to look away from.
Yep.
It's very impressive, man. Like at the Arnold, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
it was close.
Yeah, and I guarantee there's a couple that we're forgetting about right now that are going to be right up there in that first call out because I believe
it's going to be an 8-man call out.
100%.
Like, classic's insane.
100%.
Everybody's insane.
Now, what do you think about the new point thing? The points.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. More than 30 guys on stage is ridiculous. Like it'll be 32 now.
Yeah.
Instead of 58 or whatever.
Yeah. It was 58 2 years ago.
Crazy,
we had 58 because the
it's
Olympia
56 this year.
It's got to be. I don't know how many it is, but 2 years ago it was 58 or 59 because Chris, the reigning Mr. Olympia, the reigning Olympia winner goes last.
Yep.
And he was numbered like 58, 59. And I'm like, what is this? Yeah. And he's like,
I don't know. It helped him because when he came out in the comparisons, he looked worse than when you brought him back. Because I watched his videos. You brought him back. I don't remember what you did. You gave him something.
Yeah.
And like food wise.
Yeah.
And he came back for his individual, and he was a completely different person.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's gonna win. But when he came out for the comparisons, I was like, man, he looks a little flat. But then I watched his video and I saw all why and what happened, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you brought him back, I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to make some changes real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
but
cool,
it's
man.
a matter of just going over and looking. No, I don't like this look.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit this
That's
way.
58 minutes.
Yeah, plus
before
time.
he went to his individual.
Yep. Yep.
Like a minute routine for every single guy. Like that's,
yeah, and then plus transitions of coming out and off the stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the point system's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's good too. I talked about it the other day on the podcast, and I said I think that it's long overdue because you need to be able to mitigate the amount of judging fatigue.
Yep.
Right? I mean, these poor judges, Steve, Sandy, Tyler, everybody, right? They're just sitting there, and also the crowd and the energy and the flow and everything else. It's like when we used to do it at the USA's, right? They used to have a cut.
Yep.
And so what would happen is they would only bring the top 15 back.
Yeah.
So they would look at everybody and say, okay, these are the names for the top 15. Now we're going to do comparisons, right? And then they would bring them back. Yeah. And that's it. You didn't make the cut. You didn't get all the comparisons. You only got the first initial ones, and then they would short form it.
Yeah.
Put check marks next to the names of the top 15. Give the last names of the name 15. Okay, now you guys go back on stage, and now let's compare.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So now you're getting to do that in a way. And like I said,
it's
I think
like the judging fatigue thing, especially. I think you're right. That's very smart. And poor open guys.
Yep.
By the time you get to open, it's like
11, 12 o'clock at night.
Insane.
And I think that's one of the reasons why also the Arnold didn't have that, because it's invite only, right? So it's not 60 people in the class. It's invite only. Yep. So now you'll be able to get a lot of those things where, the strengths of what makes the Arnold a little bit flow better because of the less number of people. Now I think you're going to be able to get that going next year.
I agree.
Yeah. So
capping it at that 30, 32, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Brilliant. I'm glad they're doing it finally.
Not 60.
Yeah.
Not 60.
Like, a few guys that win one show will still go.
Sure.
But there will be a few guys who don't have enough points, even if they want a show. And it's like, well, compete again. Get on stage right before the Olympia and see if you can get a couple points so you can make it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not going.
Yeah.
Like, the small
You got to battle it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
And then men's open, right? We talked a little bit about it because we got where's your top 5?
Yeah, obviously depends on all the visa stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Which unfortunately is insanely stressful for him because he's usually 100%, but you can tell the stress of that, like, gets
for sure.
him. But Hady's obviously up there.
Yeah.
I genuinely think this is Nick Walker's year, and not just because he's a friend and I help him with the stuff.
Yeah.
But he is currently 286, and
big boy. That's huge.
Shredded.
Yeah. His
check-ins right now are like, dude,
crazy.
It's better than Pittsburgh, better than New York. 286. He was 275 for Pittsburgh and New York.
Wow.
And
so he was 275. What was the weight difference between Pittsburgh and New York?
I think that they brought him down a pound or two.
Okay.
It might have been up a pound. No, it was down. It was down 1 pound or two.
Okay.
Because he ate some cookies and got really full, and then they cut most of the week and then refilled. And they refilled to about a pound.
So he was 270, 275 on stage. Wow.
I believe so.
That's
and he's 286 right now, and he's feeding
right.
because he's so lean.
Uh-huh.
So
He's just ripping.
What are you going to do with? How are you going to beat a Nick Walker with 10 more pounds of muscle?
Right.
It's daunting to look at, man. Like, because everybody came off, and maybe he would have too, because of the flow of the show, the midnight crap that they pulled. Maybe he would have been off too. But if everybody came in how they did the last 2 years, Nick would have won both those Olympias. You can't look away from it. It's like a statue.
Yeah.
The only issue is that they dock Nick way, way harder on his midsection control.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't keep it in the whole time, I don't care how heavy Derek's breathing, you're losing.
Right.
So Derek's up there, of course. Derek has one of the most phenomenal physiques of all time. He's right up there with like a Phil Heath 3D look. It's a beautiful physique. So like Derek, Hany, Nick, Samson, like it's just like it can go any way.
Yeah.
And with open, it's so much harder to peak those guys and to see who's truly gonna like bring it on the day.
Yeah.
Samson's most recent guest posing, he was really flat, which tells me he's pushing for conditioning, which is what he needs. So if he can fill back up with that conditioning he's getting now, I don't know who's beating that.
Yeah. That's really good structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good structure.
So if he can come in shape, like Samson's the guy. Because they love that. They love that shape. They love the conditioning shape combo.
Yep.
It's tough, man. I don't even know if I can give an order.
Yeah.
It's tough to give an order whenever every variable, and because you coached half these guys at the top level, everything matters.
It does.
You can look this much worse, and that puts you from first to fifth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and you peaked 2 hours earlier, and you couldn't hold the peak because of the 10, 11 p.m. prejudging.
Who's fifth, Andrew or someone else?
I think Andrew's up there. I think the other person you got to think about too is I think
Jordan Hutchinson's impressed me.
Yeah, I think Vito is going to be also a person.
way, really?
Yeah, I think he could be. I just would love to see what he looks like next to these people. I don't know. I got to just see what I definitely have him in the top 10.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Top 10 for sure.
But also, I would put Behruz in there. If Behruz can get in,
if he can get in,
that would be in there. I think he would be in that 5-6 category.
Yeah.
I think that you have a lot of really good guys up in that area, and then if they don't give them the visa, or even like we talked about Prague, right, when we were working out, we said that's going to be interesting because I think Keon was talking about going into Prague Open, right?
Yep.
And being able to do that show.
Beirut will obviously do it.
Yes, then Beirut would obviously do it, and be able to go in there and blast and get on stage and take out some of his frustration, especially if he doesn't get his visa.
100%.
Then that's the thing too.
But he can do the Arnold, right?
Nope.
International?
Nope.
Oh, I guess that's true.
No,
So
he could
it's
do the Arnold
Olympia.
in the UK if he gets the UK, but not the US, because anytime you have to come in the US, it's the same type of visa.
I guess if he gets it, like close to after the Olympia, like potentially could happen.
Possibly.
Arnold's a good.
Yeah, it's possible.
call.
Yeah, it's possible. Again, it's just I touched on this on the last podcast when I just did a little update. It was an update on Hany and stuff. It's you don't know what you don't know about what they're looking at, right? I mean, he's been in review for the last 3 years, 4 years, right? And so we don't know what that situation is. Yeah. I think that, going back to Prague, I think that he would jump into Prague, obviously, because again, that shouldn't be a problem getting a visa to go there. Yeah. And then, him versus Keon versus, if Urs ends up doing it, just because I think Urs had, was talking about possibly doing something. Yeah. Just again, depending on what his next steps are too. I don't know who else. I know Martin was there last year. Obviously, Chris is not. So
you think Andrew before Martin?
I think if Martin is on, then
I think beat Andrew.
He'll beat Andrew because Andrew just doesn't have yet the consistency on the conditioning side.
And I think Martin's one of those guys that, depending on how it goes, if he peaks perfect, he could crack the top 3.
Yeah, I think it also depends on who is also not perfect.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Open is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Open is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
We all know classics a glute show. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Open is just like, it's everything.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I wish I could handle it. I'd go to it, man.
Yeah.
We all started this because we love bodybuilding.
Yeah. And that's why they get to pay the big bucks.
Yeah. It's cool,
the
man.
Open stuff. Yeah. So what else is going on right now? Is there anything else that you have that in regards to projects? I know you and Mike are doing a lot of stuff. Is there anything else coming up?
We got a lot of filming out of the Olympia. We're going to be doing collabs out there. I think we got another one potentially with Hofthor and stuff like that. We'll be filming out of a small gym in Vegas. The whole whole Olympia week. So if you guys run into us, come say what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably meet up.
Which one are you gonna be
at? Likely strip barbell.
Okay.
And
Colt too, right?
And Colt.
Okay.
Colt Fitness. We'll probably film there a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be at all the gyms. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna go.
Can Mike train now 100%?
Ish. Yeah. He's not training legs hard, but he's training legs. Okay. Right. So he's going through he's doing a lot of body weight lunges. He's doing some hamstring curls and things of that nature. Stuff that's not like holding onto the bar and like stretching too bad. But I think he's basically 100% training now. When I'm at the Olympia, I'll be like basically full health phase. So I'm gonna be doing like 3 times a week training and just like nothing like we did today. Nothing like we did today.
You'll be good for a while. Yeah. Today's session will be good for a while. I think my arms are gonna be
high protein synthesis for about 3 weeks. We're good.
Nice.
We got that. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be doing that, and then we just got a bunch of collabs and stuff, and training and dieting app are doing really well. So we're just continuing to push that, and maybe a couple of projects that have more to do with machines or gyms potentially.
Okay.
Detroit, so we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of things that are
cooking
potentially happening soon.
Cooking,
and it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a good year.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, we always enjoy having you here, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I cannot wait to show everybody this workout. So if you haven't had a chance to see the workout, we definitely go check out the workout that Jared and I put together today for arms, and then we will definitely be talking a lot between now and the Olympia.
Yeah.
And get together hopefully at least one day.
Yeah.
While we're out there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
we got a podcast studio out there. Like I said, you just let me know. We can get in there anytime you want. He basically just said, tell me when, and I'll scratch it off the schedule.
Okay.
You guys can get in there. So we'll have to do one out there.
We get maybe a workout with Mike.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I'll force him to. We'll make him do legs.
I'll do it with him.
Hell yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, because he's only at like 80%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm at 20. Especially with legs.
Just,
I got to build back up.
And just tell him your 20 is better than his.
We love torturing Mike. So guys, it's always fun. Make sure you follow Jared on his social media. He's got all the different channels. He's got YouTube. He's got Instagram. He's got everything going on, and he's always sharing a ton of stuff. Between all of the different collaborations he's constantly doing. And I appreciate you coming out, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like I said, this is 2 hours of sleep. So
yeah.
We'll have a better podcast in the future. Yeah. I'll say more things.
I know you're exhausted, bro. Let's go get you some sleep, get you a meal and get you some sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
appreciate
for coming
it, man.
on. Hany Rambod, Jared Feather. That's the truth.